So the Nets, they just have a crazy situation going on. I mean, Kyrie is playing on away games. He not even invited to his own house, which is crazy. You got KD, he's injured for a few weeks. I mean, James Harden is there, but he's talking about he might leave next year. I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. They dropped from the first seed, now they're the sixth seed in the East. Maybe that might be a good thing for them. But anyways, we got to talk about their ceiling, not their ceiling, but will they make it to the NBA Finals? In this topic, Jay Moolah is going to start off for us. So, Jamo, are the Nets NBA Finals bound?
First of all, if the playoffs ended today, they would play Philly. So, no, they're not going to the finals. If the playoffs started today, they play Philly round one. We getting them out of there. But no, let me be real, though.
Crazy.
Let me be real. This is a huge I don't know for me starting off because Kyrie is not able to get I feel like he's not able to get a proper rhythm. He's playing well, but who knows what that's gonna look like. James Harden, it's real tough for him when KD goes out because you gotta think about it. When he was in Houston and he was doing most of the ball handling, he had better role players than he got over there in Brooklyn. They got some young Bammers over there. I didn't even know they was in the league in some of them games. But like James Harden is a different player than he was in Houston, and his role players aren't as good. Or the defenders really. Like I'm not sure if Aldridge has been playing lately, but with KD's health, they said KD gonna be hurt 2-3 weeks.
I think.
But I mean, who knows if he's gonna get nicked again? Like, so I feel like they could get to the finals because Milwaukee is missing Lopez. I don't think there's a timetable on when Lopez is coming back, and some people might sleep on that, but I think that's major for them because Lopez allows Giannis to be the defensive player of the year. Mm-hmm. Lopez protects the rim. Giannis gets to roam around, deflect passes. You know what I'm saying? Fake double team, then get back to his man or roam around and block shots on the weak side and stuff like that. So with Lopez gone, they become more vulnerable in the paint and just on the defensive side altogether. But with Lopez not being there, that gives them more defensive versatility though. So that could be a plus. But they did lose PJ Tucker, who was key, you know what I mean? Because apparently they said he was giving KD some problems in the playoffs. But I mean, I don't really see. I mean, Chicago is right there with Memphis. Chicago's right there with Memphis for me, as far as like, I don't want to anoint them, even though they're a top seed. They haven't done anything in the playoffs yet. Milwaukee is Milwaukee, and the team that is going to put one of those top seeds out is Miami.
There you go.
Miami, I'm telling you, if Miami mess around beat Brooklyn, I'm like. If Brooklyn ain't got their stuff together, Miami mess around beat them in a 7-game series, bro. Because they're a well-coached team, and they have multiple threats, and they play both sides of the ball. They're pretty much the same level on both sides of the ball. They're very good on both sides of the ball. So I would say I'm gonna say no. Brooklyn does not get to the finals.
And I'm a piggyback off that and say, no, Brooklyn's not getting to the finals. And what he said, Miami is the team that I think they're going to I don't think they're going to beat Milwaukee or Miami. I really don't. Because, I mean, you got to realize that the Kyrie situation ain't going to change unless something really changes. So that means in the playoffs, is he going to be playing away games and not the home playoff games? Like, is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
There's no way you win in a playoff series like that.
Well, there was a stat that came out. All the Brooklyn owner has to do is pay about $1,000 fine each game for Kyrie to play home games. So add that up to like a full, playoff series. It's about $50,000 for him.
So that makes sense. If that happens, that makes sense. If they're trying to save the money to the playoffs, that makes sense then.
Yeah, how do you think about that, Elijah?
Because I think I think they under the impression our team too talented. We're going to make the playoffs. So let's just get to the playoffs. Whoever we play, I'm gonna pay the fine for Kyrie, and then we'll be. So that do make sense. And but even still, with KD, Kyrie, and James Harden back, I still think Miami can beat them. I think they more mentally. They just a mentally tough team, and it started with Jimmy Butler. He's not the most talented. He's not one of my favorite players at all. But Jimmy Butler is real mentally tough, and people sleeping on the addition of Kyle Lowry. Same thing. He's not flashy, but every time you see him, he winning. Like that Toronto team was a top team in the East for a long time, and they couldn't beat LeBron. But outside of that, they was one of the top teams in the league for a long time in the East. Then you add PJ Tucker. You got Bam, who plays similar to Giannis, just a high motor. You got the young people, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. They got a real tough team. So I got Miami and Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think Brooklyn gonna make it at all, because I just think it's too much friction. I don't think James Harden happy there. You got certain people that not liking their role. Even though I don't think he should have a role, but Paul Millsap, he want to leave because he feel like he not getting the role he want. It's no cohesiveness there, no chemistry. People not playing together. So, and then on the defense, they're not that great of a defensive team either. No. I think Claxton too small to be like your primary center when he coming in. Like people, you can't beat Embiid. You can't play him in with Embiid. You saw what he did to Capella, and Capella's supposed to be a decent defender.
Right. So Claxton to have plays where you think, okay, and then the next play he'll get shoved to the ground by somebody skinnier than him.
Yeah, so on, then you got Kessler Edwards. Shout out to Pepperdine. You got Kessler. They just small. Far as I mean, I know you got LaMarcus, but
and then another thing, Devin. While KD, Kyrie, and Harden, if they're healthy, you know what I'm saying. While they are scoring, they have to score on elite world-class defenders. While Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero get to score against some people who ain't even playing defense for real. You know what I mean? So when they going back and forth, they got outscored by Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero's going on this dude. Tyler Hero's going on Joe Harris. KD and them guys scoring Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, and Bam. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna play a role too.
Yeah. And I got something else to say, but go ahead, Elijah. I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll piggyback.
Nah, like y'all are making a solid argument, making me think like, "Dang, can Brooklyn really make it?" But I feel like they can, and my reasoning for that is, this is KD we're talking about. This is James Harden. This is Kyrie Irving, right? Now, yes, they have role players, and people forget Patty Mills was a great addition for them, and he's been hooping, right? Joe Harris, Blake Griffin, you have some older guys, some older pieces, but that core right there is gonna bring you to the finals, right? We can't forget that they were one shot away last year. That was with James Harden playing, in and out, right? He was injured, and Kyrie not there. Now, if I have Kyrie, even part-time, right? That gives me an advantage on away games. That gives me a boost, right? That's an advantage. What team do you know has a better chance of winning away than at home? You know what I'm saying? And what I really think they're doing right now, I think the Nets are being strategic. Because we all know star players like to chill until the moment arises, right? KD and them, these guys are experienced in the outside of Harden, experienced in the finals. They know what it takes to get there. They know what it entails. So I feel like they're chilling right now, and then they're gonna bring some chemistry together. The second half of the season, we're gonna see how they look, right? I think they're gonna start clicking, and I think Philly may give them a decent challenge. He is a formidable opponent, right? Giannis and them could get the work, but I feel like Nets can outlast them because they have too much offense, right? KD can score on anybody, don't matter who it is.
Anybody.
Bucket. You feel me? Kyrie is one of like the most skilled basketball players we've ever seen, right? With his handle, with his ability to get buckets. Harden, when he's in his bag, which he's been in and out of this year, but when he decides to commit and be in his bag, he's scary, right? One of the best scorers we have ever seen. And then you add the role players, bro, I don't feel like people can beat them, right? But the thing that they need to focus on is chemistry. Chemistry is their thing. And I feel like as the time comes and when playoffs approach, I feel like they'll get it together.
Man, man, Elijah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Elijah. Listen, y'all. Chemistry, right? Last year, KD barely played. Harden was in out of the lineup. Kyrie took a sabbatical. And how they look in the playoffs, y'all? Unstoppable in the playoffs until they got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The East wasn't the same though either though. Not the same thing.
The Bucks last year are better than Miami this year. Are better than any team this year besides the Nets. The Bucks last year. They were. And they were about to beat the Bucks 4-1 last year. And they were about to literally beat them 4-2, basically 4-1 without James Harden.
Yeah, they were. They was about to beat them 4-1 without Harden.
Listen, y'all. Listen. With KD, with the team healthy, they're going to the final. I'm sorry. If they're healthy, Kyrie playing part-time, they are going to the finals.
If they're healthy?
If they're healthy. If KD gets hurt, God forbid, that's the only way I see them not making it to the finals, for real. You got to think about it. Shooters make shooters play better. You look at the Miami Heat when they won, right? Miami Heat when they won. They had, when they had LeBron James, they had Mike Miller, Shane Battier, all these shooters, right? They make each other better. I don't know. Listen, my phone is actually on vibrate and it's still making noise. I don't get it right.
That's somebody telling you that them points you making is crazy.
Oh, he's tripping.
So I don't know. But so the thing is, my thing is, shooters make shooters better. Joe Harris had a bad playoffs. With Patty Mills there, I think he will play better. I think he'll play a little better this year. Shooters make shooters better. All right. So the thing is this, y'all. They got veteran players. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They do have like Claxton, Jamo. You exactly right. Claxton in the beginning of the season, he looked weak to me, and then as the season went, he actually looked better. He actually look good right now. So James Harden, when they full strength, I'm not even looking at his scoring ability. When you remember them full strength last year, when James Harden was a primary ball handler and facilitator, they are elite. They are literally elite. They are unstoppable. Like the best. Like when they were at full strength, we saw them at full strength against the Bulls this year. What they do to the Bulls, y'all? They demolished the Bulls. Like the Nets are elite. The only way I see them not making the playoffs is if they are not full strength. The only team that can challenge them full strength are the Bucks. I don't think Miami can challenge them full strength, Devin. I think if one of them, I think somebody is hurt. If James Harden is hurt, or Kyrie can't play all the games, then the Miami Heat could possibly beat them. But at full strength, Miami is not beating them. And I do think, like Elijah, you made a good point. I didn't even think about that. At first, I was thinking like, why they ain't paid the fine yet? Like, what they doing? Like, pay the $5 fine. You probably right. They probably waiting until the playoffs, and they want to just pay the whole lump sum. And I think Kyrie would literally say, "Take it out of my check." Kyrie gave millions to WNBA players, to families that suffer in the Black Lives Matter movement, all that stuff. He would have no issue, because everybody keep trying to bash Kyrie as a bad teammate. He would have no issue giving some money for him to play home games. I don't think he would have an issue with that. No, so if they actually do that and they are full strength,
nobody beating them.
They are winning the whole. They are winning. The Suns and the Warriors going say something about that. But in the East, they're going to the finals. I'm sorry. So,
Joe, I told you I seen the joint that said that the Nets didn't want to pay the fine because they didn't want to be cheating. They didn't want to. They didn't want to like you know what I'm saying, make it seem like they purposely cheating. And I'm like, bro, y'all done did worse things, bro.
Strategic, like Devin or one of y'all said, they're being strategic about the situation. Elijah said that. They're being strategic, man. I'm telling you, when you're playing poker or spade, you don't show your hand, bro. You keep a poker face.
Yeah,
and then when the time comes, you show your hand.
That's a good.
See, man, I agree with all y'all. Far as like everybody knew the Nets like an offensive juggernaut team, and people probably gonna laugh at this point, but people sleeping on the addition of PJ Tucker. Now I'm not saying PJ Tucker about to come there and give you 40 points, but he bring a toughness to the team that was already kind of there, but now you got an extra person. So you got PJ Tucker, you got Jimmy Butler on the perimeter. Kyle Lowry ain't the greatest defender, but everybody know he don't back down, and you got Bam. I just think it's gonna be a real physical series for Brooklyn. Now, people can't sit here and fake like every series James Harden's been in. He get close and never can get through, never finish it. The Houston series, they should have, he should have closed it. With now I know CP3 went down, but they should have closed it, or he should have did a better job of that. It's still yet to see that he can finish, Then you got KD did all he could last year with Giannis, But PJ Tucker was there. I know he still averaged his points, but it's not about, because people talk about like Iguodala didn't stop LeBron. No, LeBron cooked him, but it was moments. It's little moments that
you gotta get time to stop.
Down.
You can drop 40 on me, but if I pluck you the game-winning shot, I won.
Hey, Devin, LeBron shot under 40% in that series when
he shot 33%, something like that, 37%.
Yeah. So that's my thing. It's little moments that he might wear Kevin Durant down. It's little smart little things that I don't know. Kyle Lowry, it's nothing he probably gonna be able to do with Kyrie Irving. To be honest, he kind of chunky and slow. Then like with PJ Tucker, you take PJ Tucker off KD to give him a break. Now you throwing Jimmy Butler at him. Then you throwing Bam at him. It's gonna be tough. So that's the only team that
hey, Devin, 30 and 40 pieces all series. Look, let me tell you something.
Oh no.
If the Nets, hey yo, you right, Joe.
Who getting 30 and 40?
Joe, Devin, you gotta understand, bro. The Miami Heat don't have a Giannis.
Yeah,
the Nets last year when they played against the Bucks, they had no matchup for Giannis. KD is skinny.
Giannis had like 30,
when Giannis got on the block, KD couldn't do nothing with him, bro. Giannis too strong. The Heat don't have the Heat gonna beat you in a different way. So the Heat match up well with the Heat, but they didn't have a matchup for Giannis last year. And I feel like if the Bucks play them now without PJ Tucker, they gonna put Bobby Portis on KD.
No, that's why I said Miami
or Caleb Martin, like Carl said.
See, if the Nets don't make it, it's because they got all that stuff going on. Harden trying to roll out. KD just got hurt. Hopefully he come back healthy. And Kyrie, who knows what's gonna happen with that? They might do another shutdown, and Kyrie, who knows what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like Kyrie stuff is probably based on what the CDC doing. So when the CDC drops some news, we gotta check Kyrie IG story and see if he said anything. But I don't really know. I don't like if they healthy. I don't see it in the 7-game series.
I feel y'all, but you gotta have people like Patty Mills gotta step up. Joe Hurst gotta step up. Everybody gotta step up. They can't just beat them
Duncan
3.
Robinson gotta step up.
But they
Tyler Hero gotta step up.
Right.
They showed you that they can though in the playoffs.
You say what?
I said they showed you that they can in the playoffs. Only person over there that showed you they'll show up. Patty Mills do make big shots. I will say that.
I ain't giving you that, Devin. The only time Miami showed up was in the bubble, the open gym playoffs.
Only time, and they got swept last year.
No audience. Open.
Wait. Bam was hurt.
True.
He was. He wasn't hurt during the playoff run, though. I'm talking about during the playoff run. That's what you talking about.
No, he got hurt in the playoffs.
But no, Devin, look, I got Miami. Listen, I put on my paper if somebody's hurt, Miami can beat them. But the only take a beat on full strength is a Buck. I got Miami third best in the East, like solidified.
And Jamo, you've been real quiet about your Philly now. What's good with them?
Because I don't think we're a legit contender. First of all,
real quiet.
Hey, look, if we want, Joe, if we want to break down the East, we can revisit all that stuff we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We can revisit all of it, but I just don't think Philly is a legit contender to win the championship. That's just
not without Ben.
That's just what it is. I don't think. Yeah. Now, can we make some noise? Yeah, we can most definitely make some noise, but we just don't match up with nobody. We don't got enough star power.
If y'all the way y'all can get to the finals is this: y'all gonna have to avoid Brooklyn, but I think for real, if Embiid shows up,
they can't be Milwaukee.
No, listen, Devin, listen to what I'm saying. I was telling Jonas the other day. I said this Philly team reminds me of 6 seed Elijah Wan Houston Rockets. All right, but Embiid has to play in the playoffs. He has to. What Jamo said he was. What Jamo said he was last day I was on. Jamo said he can play like the best player in the league. Right? He said he got the potential to be the best player in the league.
Yep.
If Embiid shows out talent in the playoffs, he could pull a 6 seed Houston Rockets Elijah Wan run if he avoids Brooklyn.
That team not as talented as that team. Then you had Drexler on that team.
No,
Drexler was there for the second one.
I think Drexler was there when they were better, right?
Yeah, Drexler might have been there for the lower seed.
So you had like Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Ory,
I think.
But yeah, that was a good team.
No, we got solid players, bro. We ain't no slouch. It's just that we don't have the second star to go with Embiid.
They could beat any team in the East, including Miami, in the 7-game series if Embiid goes off.
No.
No. Like, you can't say Miami's a done deal against the Phillies. They might be the favorites, but they ain't no done deal. Now, against the Bucks and the Nets, those are the only 2 teams you'll be like, you picking Philly? Only 2 teams you would do that probably. And
y'all boy Maxie been hooping too.
Yeah,
I know.
But they would have to really bring it against Jimmy. But see, that's what I'm saying. The perimeter will really have to. Maxie will have to cook, and Tobias will have to cook. Jimmy Butler is not about to just get cooked. Now, Adebayo, whatever center, he gonna get fried.
You gotta think about Devin. Philly's a good defensive team.
We got Matisse Thybulle. Stop
playing.
But let me say this.
Only one person scoring.
Let me say this though. It's not gonna only be one person scoring. Let me tell you, our offense is totally different without Ben. Okay, now as far as this is okay, let me say this.
Hey, we talking about Chicago. What about Chicago?
In the regular season, you said it could be anybody besides the Nets and Milwaukee. That's probably what talking
Chicago.
About. I think that I mean they wouldn't be favored over, but I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Chicago either. Like they don't have nothing for Embiid. So what I'm saying is,
I will be favored though.
In the playoffs,
Vucevic.
I don't think we can be a much different team without Ben Simmons than we were with Ben Simmons. You get what I'm saying? See, Ben Simmons helped us tremendously running our offense and guarding the best player. Now, Matisse Thybulle is not the defender that Ben Simmons is, but he's close to it. He's right on the cusp for close to it. He's not as long, but he's an elite defender. So we could put him on the Trae Youngs, the Donovan Mitchells, or even though he's in the West, or whoever it is we match up with as far as guards. And
about Chicago though, what you gonna do?
Jamo, Thybulle is elite like Ben. Ben gets more hype, and because he takes the best man. And
I think he is though, but Ben just bigger, bro. He's just a better.
He's bigger, but and also Ben is a star. So like if a star and a role player are the same defender, people gonna look at it as a star as a better defender. That is how it is.
So
Ben is a better defender. This is what
I'm trying to say though. Ben Simmons kills us in the last 5 minutes of the ball game. Okay, in the fourth quarter. When we had Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons' flaws didn't stand out as much because Jimmy Butler was handling the ball in the fourth quarter. When Ben Simmons is on the floor, it's last year too. When he doesn't want to look at the basket in the fourth quarter, that takes a toll on our team, bro. You can see everybody's body language. When he at the free throw line, it is nobody over there saying, "Come on, Ben, you can knock these down." Nobody's saying that. Everybody probably like, this dude, bro. When is he gonna get his stuff together on the court? So if he's not there, and we still got that defender that he was, then maybe we can close out some of these games. So I honestly, honest to God, I feel like we can't be that much of a different playoff. In the regular season, we'll probably be much better with Ben. But in the playoffs, when the game get nip and tuck in the last 5 minutes, we better off without him on the floor, bro.
That's a fact.
We better off without him on the floor. When we lost to the Celtics 4-1, the first year Ben and Embiid got together, the only game we won is when he let TJ McConnell finish the game running the point. That's the only game we won because Ben didn't have a ball in his hands. So without the ball in Ben's hands in the end of the game, we could compete as long as the game is close.
Facts.
You know who we haven't talked about though?
The Knicks,
and also the Cavs.
Oh yeah. They ain't.
They're not beating nobody though.
I ain't gonna lie. That I want to see them play Milwaukee first round. That's gonna be a matchup for Giannis.
Bigs.
That's gonna be both of them bigs. Kevin Love. What's the other boy they got? Other young they got from
Brooklyn, which Brooklyn should have kept.
They got marketing. They long.
Yeah. They better bring it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it.
The Cavs, I'm curious to see the Cavs because the playoffs is a different game, y'all. Regular season is great, but the Cavs are great. They're one of the top 3 defensive teams in the league right now.
Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.